Why does line art matter? Is it so we can show different shapes, outline our characters, or give structure to our drawings? Well, I guess those work too. But this video isn't going to be about all that boring stuff. I'm here for the style. What makes your drawings unique? What makes them pop? Today I will be yapping about 4 different line art styles, how they affect your drawings, and why you should use them. You might even find a new style that you want to try out later. I'm Funny Little Arts, and let's get into it. First up, thin, like really thin lines, also known as anime style. This style is pretty hard to pull off given that you need to know the exact placement of each line you want, which can be pretty difficult, especially when your sketch is messy, like mine, and if you have a shaky hand, like me. But if you don't have any of those problems, then I would definitely recommend this for you. Since this style is so uniform, it makes filling in colors very easy. All you need to do is use your fill tool, you're pretty much done. Of course, you can always render whatever style you want, but for this aesthetic, it's more common to use simple gradients and cel shading. With the use of anime line art, it draws onlookers to your colors and composition rather than the blocking out of each individual part in your character. So, if you enjoy that look and process, then this is for you. Also, almost forgot, but with the cleanliness of this style, it is very convenient for animation, as well as thick black line art, also known as cartoon line art. I'm sure you've seen this kind of art before. Just look at Powerpuff Girls or The Amazing World of Gumball. Compared to others, I would say this is the second easiest to do, because if you have a messy sketch, which I'm sure a lot of you do, then just one swipe of the line can pretty much cover any mistakes that you've already made in line placement. Since people actually notice the line art because it's so big, a lot of artists tend to color the line art with different hues. That basically means different colors, by the way. Other than that, you just use the fill tool again to add your base colors, and most of the time this style really only requires cel shading to pull off, so that's a big plus. Now for how it actually affects the look of your drawing. First of all, the first thing someone would actually notice in your drawing would be the line art, and since it's so cartoony, you can really exaggerate your style, maybe make it more goofy, I don't know. Also, since everyone is focused on the lines, the colors don't really need to be the number one thing in your piece. So if you struggle with color theory, like me, then maybe you should give this one a try. Next, and honestly my personal favorite, cleaning up the sketch. Bro, this is actually so goated. I literally only use this style now. It's so easy too. You just take your sketch, erase the parts you don't want. Like, what? I didn't even know that was legal. In all seriousness, if you haven't tried this before, please, for your own sake, try it. It saves you so much time, and you don't have to suffer the pains of accidentally doing your line art on your sketching layer, which I know you've done before. And if your favorite part of drawing is the rendering, then you're in luck, because the line art doesn't really matter here. It's mostly just there to help you for rendering. Most of the time I just erase a lot of my line art at the end because it starts to annoy me, so I guess that can tell you a lot about the kind of person I am. Anyway, this style affects your drawing by making people focus on the rendering, the colors you use, and even the depth of your lines, because trust me, if you use your sketch, there is no way you're getting even lines. It's just not possible. But yeah, if you're a lazy artist and only like rendering, then I think you just found your new favorite line art style. Lastly, and this one baffled me, but no line art at all. Just going straight in with the colors. Crazy. I didn't even know the style existed until a few months ago. I could barely comprehend it while trying. I used the sketch, but I've seen a lot of people skip that part. It just leaves me speechless. I'm pretty sure this style is easier to do in IBIS Paints, but since I use Procreate, I just found it a tad bit annoying. I don't know, that could just be me. Try it for yourself. But with the coloring here, it's usually just a lot of cel shading, maybe a gradient or two, but overall very similar to the cartoony and anime style. Although I would never animate with this, it would fry my brain in like 5 seconds. With this style, I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory, but of course, it focuses a lot on the absence of lines, which would make all the intention go to your shape, exaggeration, colors, silhouette, and composition. But if you want to play with a different and really unique style, then I think this one would be great for you. Anyways, I hope you liked the video and found it at least a little helpful. I usually post more challenges, but what's the harm in adding a few tutorials once a month? If you did like it, then don't forget to like the video and comment which style you want to try next, and maybe even subscribe if you want to see more of my content, because there is a very good chance that you won't see me again. The struggles of the small content creator. See you next time.